When experts blindly trust flawed data, thousands pay the ultimate price. The Scilly Isles, 1714. Four British warships violently smash into jagged, unforgiving granite rocks. 2,000 elite sailors drown in a single night. Not from enemy fire, bad math. They possessed no reliable way to measure longitude at sea. Navigation was a lethal guess. The British Parliament panicked. They established the Longitude Prize, offering £20,000 for solutions. That is roughly $5 million today, awarded to anyone solving the East-West positioning crisis. The Board of Longitude controlled this massive fortune. They were exclusively elite, highly credentialed astronomers. Because they were astronomers, they assumed the ultimate solution strictly had to be astronomical too. They believed the night sky was a giant clock. You just needed better star charts. Enter John Harrison. He was not an astronomer. He was a self-taught, working-class village carpenter. Harrison knew that measuring longitude simply required knowing the exact time at your home port. But 18th century pendulum clocks were useless on the violently pitching deck of a massive warship. Changes in temperature, humidity, and gravity caused the best clocks to lose minutes every day. Harrison spent 45 years isolated in his workshop, ignoring the prestige of the astronomical establishment. He built 5 successive marine chronometers. He was looking for a purely mechanical, frictionless solution. By 1759, he completed H4, a mechanical masterpiece the size of a pocket watch. It utilized temperature-compensated bimetallic strips and a revolutionary frictionless escapement to keep time at sea. During a brutal transatlantic voyage, the H4 lost only 5 seconds over 2 entire months. Harrison solved the greatest scientific problem of his era. He had definitively earned the prize. But the Board of Longitude refused to pay him. They denied him for 14 years. Why? Because a mechanical solution completely invalidated the careers of the astronomers awarding the prize. If a carpenter's clock solved navigation, the royal astronomers were suddenly irrelevant to the empire. So the gatekeepers kept changing the rules. They demanded endless sea trials and impossible replications. They confiscated his life's work, forcing him to rebuild his machines under deliberately hostile conditions. The board's leader, Reverend Neville Maskelyne, heavily promoted his own complex lunar distance calculation method. Maskelyne's method required 4 hours of complex calculus on a rocking ship. Harrison's required glancing. Yet Maskelyne controlled the funding. He starved the patient, unglamorous work that actually solved problems. Harrison only received his money when King George III personally intervened against the board. This is not just a story about clocks. It is the exact failure mode today. Look closely at modern research and development capital. It operates with the exact same bias. Funding flows toward the technical approach that confirms the credentialing of people deciding the funding. We see this constantly in artificial intelligence architecture and massive corporate digital transformation budget allocations. Executive boards fund prestige architectures and fashionable model paradigms pushed by approved Ivy League institutions. Meanwhile, patient mechanical work by brilliant outsiders is denied resources, mocked, or completely systematically ignored. The gating function for breakthrough work is rarely technical anymore. It is almost entirely institutional. Harrison's chronometer was physically built. The math worked. The gears turned. The problem was solved. The real question was whether the gatekeepers would accept an answer from the wrong person. He solved the problem the wrong way, with the wrong professional pedigree, lacking formal education. I have made this exact mistake. In my second startup, I ignored a brilliant engineer. He lacked a Stanford degree. His code was ugly, mechanical, and totally lacked prestige architecture. I funded the credentialed team instead. They built a beautiful, completely useless machine that failed. It cost us $3 million. I was acting exactly like the Board of Longitude. This is the Credentialed Solution Trap. Leaders default to funding approaches matching their own evaluators. This creates a massive structural bias toward incremental work inside safe, established, and comfortable paradigms. It actively filters out patient outsider work that would invalidate the evaluator's own hard-earned expertise. If you are building something truly disruptive, the experts will hate it. It threatens them. Breakthroughs do not validate the current expert class. By definition, breakthroughs invalidate the expert class. So how do we fix this? We must apply what I call the Harrison framework. Patient capital requires deliberately separating evaluation authority from the professional self-interest of your internal experts. You cannot let the astronomers vote on the clocks. They will always protect the stars. Modern organizations need explicit mechanisms for funding work that the current expert class would reject. You must create isolated capital pools, protected from consensus. Consensus always kills the mechanical chronometer. Look at your own company today. Who are your astronomers? What are they quietly suppressing? They are not evil. They are simply protecting their prestige, their budgets, and their relevance. But while they protect their lunar distance charts, your competitors are secretly building pocket watches. You must learn to recognize the unglamorous blue-collar mechanics quietly solving your most expensive problems. Stop looking for elegant theories. Start looking for the ugly bimetallic strips that actually work. Harrison spent 45 years refining his craft. He did not care about the scientific consensus. He cared about friction. He cared about temperature. He cared about the harsh oceanic reality. When you strip away the prestige, business is just mechanics. It is friction and temperature. The companies that survive the next decade will be those who bypass their own gatekeepers. They will empower the carpenters. They will fund the patient, methodical work of true problem solving. Do not let your internal Board of Longitude sink your ship on the jagged rocks. Innovation is rarely beautiful at first. It usually looks like a chaotic, dusty wooden workshop. It smells like sawdust and machine oil, not like a sterile, glass-walled corporate boardroom presentation. The most dangerous phrase in any modern business is, "The experts say it cannot work." The experts said H4 was impossible. They were mathematically certain the carpenter was completely wrong. But the ocean does not care about mathematics. The ocean only cares about what works. The market is your ocean. It is brutally objective, relentlessly unforgiving, and completely ignores credentials. Your customers do not care if your solution came from a prestige paradigm or not. They only care if your ship arrives safely at the port without hitting the rocks. So I ask you again, look at your current resource allocation and your strategic bets. Are you funding the astronomers who write beautiful papers, or the carpenters building functional clocks? It is incredibly difficult to spot the difference when you are sitting in the boardroom. You have to walk down to the workshop. You have to touch the brass gears. You must be willing to look foolish to the experts in order to be right. Harrison died a wealthy man, completely vindicated by history, while the astronomers faded into obscurity. The longitude problem was never a technology problem. It was an ego and institutional problem. Your biggest corporate challenges are exactly the same. The technology already exists in the workshop. The only question remaining is whether your ego will allow you to actually use it. Find your carpenters, fund their clocks, and let the astronomers argue about the night sky.